I'm Angelica here from Foxtel Forest. A few homeowners have asked me to speak about water usage. So in Foxtel Forest, we actually monitor the amount of water that each homeowner uses on a weekly basis. So in my home, I know that during the dry season, I use about 8,000 liters of water in a week, some weeks less. And generally during the rainy season, we use about 4,000 liters. There's many other homeowners that are using a lot more water than that. I think probably on average, most homeowners are using about between 20 to 30,000 liters of water. So the things that we're doing to reduce the amount of water that we're using in our garden is the main thing is drip irrigation. I am a very keen gardener, but I found that the drip irrigation is the most efficient way to irrigate the gardens. I start irrigating at about 4 o'clock. Between 4 o'clock and up to about sort of 8 o'clock, I've got my vegetable garden. I sort of call them zones. I've got zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, and zone 4. So basically the large areas I'll irrigate for about 2 hours with our drip irrigation, and the smaller areas, which is about sort of 100 square meters, I'll irrigate for about 1 hour. And that's enough. I find that that's more than enough water for the plants to be very healthy. The drip irrigation, it has microfilters inside that comes out with a good amount of pressure, but it goes right to where the plant's roots are, so right to where the plants need it most. There's so little evaporation, and then because I irrigate in the evening, it then allows for the water to absorb into the ground and into the plant's roots. Also, we don't irrigate at all with a hose pipe. Because with a hose pipe, we find there's a large volume of water that comes out of a hose pipe, and you just generally, a gardener would just be irrigating a smaller area with a hose pipe. So we irrigate with cropping sprinklers. We use the brass cropping sprinklers, which in Zambia you can get from any good local hardware store. Builders Warehouse have them, Lusaka Hardware have them. We have tried with the plastic cropping sprinkler, but we find because in Zambia we have quite a warm climate with lots of UV light, and those cropping sprinklers, they start to break faster because it's a PD, it's a plastic material. We find that with the brass cropping sprinkler, they also it's a slightly larger hole. It doesn't get filled up with as much lime because we do have quite a lot of lime. I then have in this section of the garden, which we call our adventure playground. It's an area that we don't irrigate at all. So we just leave it completely wild. It's our biodiversity garden, and in the rainy season it's beautiful and lush, and we let the grass grow really high. And in the dry season, we watch the leaves fall, and it's there. Other things that we do is inside the house. So we do wash with a dishwashing machine, and we wash our clothes with a washing machine. I know this sounds really silly if you might be from the Western world, but in Zambia, many households still do wash by hand, both clothes and their dishes. But I found that if you go with a high energy rating dishwashing machine and also washing machine, you're using less water than if you wash. Well, it depends how you do wash by hand, but at least we are using a lot less water using those machines. In Zambia, we have, there's just so many factors in Zambia that come into play, but we do have a lot of load shedding. We've got, right now, we have about 4 hours of power from the grid. So, our washing machine and dishwashing machine, they are connected to our solar system. So we are running our dishwashing machine from 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, we run our dishwashing machine. We want one main appliance at a time. So once the dishwashing machine has finished running, then we'll start doing some laundry, and that will start from 10, 11 o'clock. So even if you are off grid, and if you don't have a battery backup system, from your peak hours of sunshine, it's from 11 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you can definitely run your electrical appliances during that time. Even if you don't have a battery backup system, the battery will probably be at almost fully charged, very close to fully charged around that. So you may even have a surplus amount of power. So this is just our sort of Zambia situation where all factors come together. where we are pumping underground water to be able to drink using a generator. So we think so much about literally every single drop of water that we're using, because it is so expensive to pump up the water from the underground. So by just using as little water as possible, it's just, literally every drop counts. But if you look around the garden, I think it's a beautiful lush garden which gives us so much peace. It really is my happy place, and the place where I rejuvenate and fill up my own internal tank. All these small little things help and sort of add up to reducing the amount of water that you're using. So things to think about both when you're building your house and also in the daily sort of day-to-day use of your house. So I hope that helps. Thank you. Bye.